Well, India is awaiting the results of the assembly elections in 4 states and 1 union territory, which will be declared today. The counting of votes for the West Bengal Assembly, Tamil Nadu, Assam, Kerala and Puducherry assemblies will start at 8 a.m. local time. Remember, the impact of these verdicts is likely to be felt far beyond the boundaries of these states, isn't it?
That's indeed true, Shreya, because this, remember, is an election unlike no other.
Yep.
A lot of people said that after the 2024 general election victory, probably the BJP was going off the steam. The BJP ended up at 240, but since then, look at the performance of the Bharatiya Janata Party, where they managed to win state after state. But these states that we're looking at today, these are the real challenging ones. These are the states where the BJP has not been able to make the kind of impact that it would want to make, despite having what many would say is probably the best election machinery that independent India has ever seen. This is going to be a massive, massive moment. On the one side, we've got Mamata Banerjee, who's hailed as probably the best street fighter of Indian politics, pitted against Chanakya, who's set out the best election machinery on the ground in Bengal. Will it this time be the BJP's election is something that's there up in the air? This is the very crucial battle. But the other states that we are also looking at, in Assam, Himanta Biswa Sarma is trying to become third time lucky. Remember, he's originally a congressman who shifted into the BJP and since then has become one of the star campaigners of the BJP and one of those chief ministers who probably also has national ambitions.
Absolutely, and interesting that you mentioned that Himanta was part of Congress party. Similarly, you see in West Bengal where Shubhendu Adhikari was part of the Trinamool Congress and now he's fighting from the Bharatiya Janata Party. He's pitted against himself, of course, against Mamata Banerjee. But whether, BJP will be able to do that or not is, a question of timing. Also, what's interesting and what makes the West Bengal election extremely unique, Saleh, is the fact that you did not have SIR in the previous election. This time around, you had SIR, and the impact of that exercise will be seen for the first time in these election results. So we'll have to wait and see how that
Shreya,
has impacted.
If you look at the many aspects on which this election is being fought, if you look at the key issues that has dominated the Bengal elections, it is SIR that is front and center. This is the political exercise in which some people have said that probably, this is going to have a bigger impact than anything else that is at play at this moment. Because of the exclusion that has happened because of the SIR, a lot of people are saying that probably it is Mamata Banerjee who is at a bit of a disadvantage. But in the past, she's actually had these big ticket victories. So can she take a dent that SIR has made? This is going to be a big crucial question that will be answered in the course of the next 5 hours.
I partly disagree with what you're saying, and we'll discuss that in the next few hours as we take our viewers through these election results, whether Mamata Banerjee is starting off with a disadvantage or an advantage.
She's saying it. No one else needs to say it.
Of course, she's saying it. The BJP continues to say that, she will not be at a disadvantage. But the fact of the matter is that West Bengal remains a crucial battlefield. And what's also interesting is, Saleh, let's also shift our focus to Tamil Nadu, and we've got our ground reporter from there. He's going to be getting us, Siddharth MP will be joining us, and he's going to be getting us the latest from there, what is happening. Tamil Nadu is going to be extremely crucial as well, not just the fact that Vijay's entry will make or break things, but the DMK once again has been given the, at least in the exit polls, given that number of seats to retain power and Stalin to rewrite history. Whether he does it or not is something that we'll have to wait and see.
Tamil Nadu is an interesting state. A lot of people think that film superstars can come and make a big splash. The last time you had a leader who became a big political star in Tamil Nadu politics was Vijay Kant, who did not become the chief minister. Before that, you have to go to the likes of J. Jayalalitha and M. Ramchandra Rao for these film superstars who in fact made an immediate sort of an impact in Tamil politics. Right now, the manner in which the DMK seems to be entrenched in power, it's really difficult to see, TVK of Vijay making the kind of splash that some of these pollsters have predicted. Because, there was one pollster who said that probably TVK could come up on the top in these elections. Will that happen? Is of course, we'll have to wait and watch.
Are you placing your bets on TVK today?
I would not stick my neck out on TVK. We'll have to wait and watch because he's a new entrant. He's untested in politics. And the Tamil people hold their political leaders to account, unlike the people in any other part of India. Because in Tamil Nadu, a politician has to be accountable to his words. which is why a lot of these schemes that have since been replicated in the north have all emerged in the state of Tamil Nadu, because Tamil Nadu politics is one of those indicators in which, you know, in many ways, the welfare schemes that India has witnessed, a lot of them have originated in Tamil Nadu. For instance, as something as basic as the midday meal scheme. And in Tamil Nadu, this is something that is very interesting, where if politicians make their promises, the voters hold them to account. This happens across the board.
So we'll know that today.
We will get to know that.
Yeah. Let's quickly go across, Saleh, to our colleague Siddharth MP, who's joining us at the moment. Siddharth, good morning. Get us a sense of what's happening there. This is a big day for Tamil Nadu. You have been getting us ground reports of, you know, the voter sentiment, how the people have been feeling, and it all boils down to this day when we'll get the results. Where are you right now, and what is the sense you're getting?
So I'm at Anna University in Chennai. This is one of the major counting centers. So Chennai has a total of 16 assembly constituencies, and the counting for 5 constituencies in the city will be taking place at this very facility where we are at the university. And as far as the mood on the ground in Chennai, usually election day or results day, it's all completely peaceful in Tamil Nadu. So that itself sets a standard in many ways. So just behind us where we are, it's a main road and it's a working day. It's the start of the week. So traffic is freely flowing. It's just about between 7:30 and 8 a.m. So traffic is freely flowing. For a large part of the city, it is a working day. For the government officials, it's in fact a far more hectic working day. Their days would have begun very early in the morning. But to talk about the mood on the ground itself, we'll have to see how things evolve after 8 a.m. because that's when counting formally starts. And let's see how the trends go, because by 10, 11 a.m. we'll get clear trends. But what we also understand is this is going to be a closely fought elections with razor-thin margins because of a third entrant like Vijay, and also smaller parties in the fray that have the potential to cut votes, and the competition between number 1 and number 2 is going to be razor thin.
And also, Siddharth, looking at how people in Tamil Nadu have voted in the past, they've always gone in for some decisive verdicts one way or another, and they generally want to vote the party in power out. This time around, what do you think is expected to happen? How confident is MK Stalin that he's done enough in the last 5 years that he can in fact storm back to power again?
So to talk about some of the statistics, there are cases where parties have stormed back to power. So in the 60s and 70s, the DMK came to power back to back. So one time it was Annadurai as Chief Minister, and thereafter it was M. Karunanidhi as Chief Minister. They did come to power back to back. Thereafter, when MG Ramachandran was in the political fray between 1977 and 87, as long as he was alive, that 10-year period, he won 3 elections. So that was his level of charisma. Then J. Jayalalitha, 2011 and 2016, back to back she won. And now, of course, the scene has changed. Post J. Jayalalitha, post M. Karunanidhi, the era has completely changed. The giants of Dravidian politics are no more with us. So this time around, it's a tougher battle. But let's also talk about Stalin's track record as DMK chief. So what's happened is 2019 parliamentary polls, they had a great performance in Tamil Nadu. The DMK and Congress swept Tamil Nadu. Then 2021, the DMK came to power in Tamil Nadu under Stalin as Chief Minister. Then thereafter, 2024 parliamentary polls as well, the DMK-led alliance swept Tamil Nadu and Puducherry together. So this shows that the DMK has had a pretty decent run, in fact a great run under Chief Minister MK Stalin. So that's the summary of the last 5 years. But let's also talk about the other factors at play. It is important to note that DMK has never come back-to-back in the last 50 years. They've never got, after the 60s, they've never got back-to-back terms. So that is one thing that is against the DMK. Then, of course, there's the anti-incumbency factor. Then there are other things that the DMK is banking on, like you mentioned, the welfare schemes. The DMK is also banking on several aspects, such as Chief Minister's breakfast scheme. It's not just about midday meal, but breakfast being provided to children in government schools. Then a monthly dole or assistance of 1,000 rupees for women, for 1.3 crore women every month. That's being given. Then in addition to that, free bus rides for women. So these are some of the welfare schemes. And let's also tell you that the DMK is a legacy party, an establishment giant, which has a well-oiled election machinery. So that is something that cannot be taken lightly, even in the face of actors coming into the fray. Saleh.